And welcome back to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today, we're buying firewood. Let's do it. So I was using the Kubota lawnmower to ferry wood that I just split and putting it in the stack here for the softwoods, and I went to turn it and now it's dead. I don't think it's the battery. I think it's either the flywheel or the starter. I know I have wood coming that I need to move, and I don't have my main transport, which is the Kubota lawnmower. So, and this thing is not worth fixing. So I don't know, buy another one. One more thing, one more headache, one more thing to think about here. Jeez, let's cover it up for now and put it away. I'll put the tarp on it. Anyway, it is probably mid 50s right now, windy. We're supposed to get like a monsoon of rain today up along the coast or so we'll see how it goes. So far we have a lull in rain, so I'm outside at the moment. So as I mentioned in the previous episode, which you should have watched, I'll put it right here, I mentioned the possibility of buying firewood, and there are pros and cons to it, and I'm not too happy about the price of this firewood. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to get 2 cords plus delivered today. It's gonna be softwood. I asked for average of 16 inches of length. Apparently they're tree cutter service that take rounds and logs from their job sites, and then they split it. So hopefully they'll get me some decent lengths and pieces. Hopefully it's not too junky, crappy wood, and we'll see. I may buy more, but we'll see. But I'm debating on where they're gonna put it. Now that I have sold the junk trailer, in theory they could come to the front of my driveway and back in and dump it on the grass here at the top of the hill of my house, because I think I'm gonna put it in where the fir was that I sold a bunch of fir. I put it in there because, yeah, like I said, the front of the driveway now is open, but then I think the guy's coming with like a 14-foot trailer, so if he pulls into the front of the house and then on the lawn and then backs in, that's doable. But I don't want them to mess up that lawn, because a guy who dropped that load down there of the softwood logs, he turned in from the road onto that little grassy patch right there, and it kind of indented it a little bit. So I thought that was pretty hard packed, but that trailer was heavy. So I'm not sure if I can make that corner there where my cedar guy drops his wood, is I move everything around and I have him put it right here in the driveway on tarps, because he can't make it down the hill, which is fine. But let's see if this person is experienced enough and has it starts windy right now. If he feels if he feels comfortable enough to back down this hill and then turn and then have the end of his trailer be at the tires here where the gravel meets the grass, because I don't want him on here because this is already beat up, which wouldn't be too bad. I don't want him back here. It's just wet, and I don't want him to sink. It's going to be a stacked trailer, so not loosely tossed in. So it's gonna be heavy. The load is apparently, per the ad, it's not fully seasoned, but it's not like freshly green split. So I'm gonna test it after they're done. I got permission to film, so we'll see how that goes. I'll just try to film the dump part, but again, I don't know where he or they are gonna dump. So I'll prep the tarps, because I want them to dump on tarps, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully we'll be dumping soon. Alright, so you just saw the dump. Here it is. This time, being smart, able to put the tarp down and have the trailer back into the onto the tarp. So in terms of the spread, more or less covered the entire length of the tarp, leaving whatever debris on the tarp in theory and not on my gravel. So that was hopefully able to get all of that dump. I have to edit out and blur out because the kids were there. The family were okay with me filming, warned me of the kids, and they didn't want the kids in it, or I will blur out the kids' faces. Yeah, that's totally fine. So let's check out this wood we got here. Definitely some bigger chunks. So I would use a lot of this if as is for my larger bonfire racks wood, but this is definitely nothing in here that I could see right now is gonna be more or less good for my bundles, like my firewood bundles. So a lot of this is gonna have to be resplit, which is not a big deal. I'm not debating on how to go about that. Either I'm going to have to want to use the splitter, or I'm going to do it by hand. But yeah, definitely a load. This person is a tree cutter arborist, and they instead of having to dump their wood to get rid of it, they have a yard, and they had just been storing all the wood that they've gotten from clients and sell firewood themselves. Apparently they had like 50 cords split, ready to go. Then they have logs to be bucked up to process or for slab wood. So, but they're in the process of moving, and so they want to offload their stuff. So he offered for me to come out if I want to come out and buck up some logs into rounds and buy that way. It'd be a lot cheaper than having to buy it split. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I don't want to complain about the price. It is what it is. I'm the one who said yes to it. There could have been better deals out there, but I need inventory. right now, and this is not green. But let's check out a few logs with the moisture meter. So I'm going to use the Harbor Freight little mini moisture meter here as a test, and we're going to be using my 2% rule by testing the outside. So let's check out some of these. What we're reading here. One piece. Oh, come on, turn on. There it is. So we're on the tree mode. Wood. Put it in there. So that's at 20. So add 2 would be 22. Let's read this one. That's at 26, 25. So add 2 to that. Let's check out some more. Check out this piece. That's over the limit. So that's way wet. Let's check out this piece here. What is that? 20 something? Yeah. And let's check out this piece. 30-ish. Let's go down here a ways. Check out this piece here. That 19 on the outside. Let's check out this piece right here. That's 18. So we have an array of measurements. Some definitely wet. Some could be, in theory, sold now, which is good. I was told in the ad this, or in communication with them on Messenger, that this is going to be a load of mixed softwood. But he told me when he was here that there could be some occasional oak or locust or stuff, so which is great. And I asked them to stack or to load them on 16s, the 16 inches. So this is more or less, I would say most of them are on 16, not too long and not too short. I bought wood before from someone before, and he didn't know what he was doing, and he sold me cookies in amongst like his 16 inchers. Like that's not a cord. Like if I wanted cookies, I would ask for cookies, but I want longer pieces. I can't sell cookies at my firewood stand. So yeah, the wind's picking up. So a lot of these pieces they're looking nice. A lot of them they're not naked. A lot of them have bark on it, and it's not the end of the world, not a big deal. So now what I'm thinking is I need to get it prepped. I probably need to tarp it off because it's going to rain soon, which is going to be a bummer because it's going to be windy and rainy, so having to keep a tarp on it is going to suck. So I'm going to transfer it from this place, split it into more manageable pieces, pardon me, and we're going to probably stack it over here where the fir was. I was over here this morning getting this prepped. So where the fir was, we're going to put it in this area. So we will see how that goes. That was definitely a big trailer, so I'm not too concerned in terms of the dimensions and how it was stacked. That was 2 cords in his trailer. So a lot of work ahead, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go back to the office for a bit, and I'll get back at you. So some of you may be asking yourself, Travis, why did you add more work to your plate? I mean, you have all this wood here, and that's not even split yet. So you do that first, and this. Okay, yeah, you could be right, but if I split and measure this wood, this is gonna be softwood, similar to what this is more or less. This is gonna be off the charts wet. That even when I split it, it's heavy. It's heavy to pick up, right? Whereas this stuff here has been already split. I can pick it up with one hand, more or less, each piece. And this stuff here is between, on the outside, 18 to maybe 35. This stuff, resplit and stacked, is going to be ready sooner than the stuff over there. So I just got back from the office, had to work for a bit, and I was racking my brain, how am I going to resplit this wood? I could bring over the Champion, this should be fine, and good to go, or I could resplit it by hand. So I think what I'm going to do, probably against my better judgment, is to start start doing it by hand, see where I get, and then maybe finishing off the pieces with the splitter. Now, when I'm going to be resplitting, I am going to be choosy on the pieces that I'm splitting by hand. Let's bring out the Fiskars and Old Red. Come on, there she is. Old Red, right here. Is she on? There she is. And I'll probably be hand splitting pieces at quick glance. I'm not going to analyze every piece for a minute, but at quick glance, to make sure that they are clear, they are not full of knots. So when I split it, it's going to resplit and not be an issue. There's the tools, and not be an issue to split. The ones that are gnarly, the ones that have, like this one right here. This one here, I probably would not want to split with the axe. Probably one right here too, maybe. Those be saved for the splitter, so I don't have to use the axe twice in one piece. It's one hit with the, sorry, it's kind of noisy. One hit with the axe, each piece, done and done. So let me get prepped, and I'll put you on the stand, and we'll get the bucking. Alright, so I'm going to be mindful of the pieces that I want. This one here would be a good rack wood. This one is kind of wonky. Be good rack wood. Good bundle wood. Rack wood. That's fine. So they're okay. Rack wood. It's just some of these big mammoth jammas here. I just need to cut down. Oh, just real quick. With the wheelbarrow, because my other tool, the Kubota, is bonk, is done. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know whether to fix it or not. But unfortunately, this is where I'm at right now with this stack, with this wood. With the hand, wheelbarrow it over there. Stack it. So we'll see how this all goes. Yeah, so like this piece here, that's definitely wet. That's definitely fresh, or was left out in the rain, type thing. Yeah, I guess by better judgment, I would split this one, and there's a knot in it. Shouldn't even waste my time with that one. We'll use that one for the bonfire rack. So this one down in half. This one got a little mold on it from before. Take the bark off. Yeah, these pieces here are great for bundles. So not everything would have to be resplit. Just some of the pieces. Not too bad. Alright. So we'll just keep doing this, I guess. it's the next day, and I did a lot. I feel that I didn't even put a dent in the wood. It was a lot of resplitting, and I don't know what would have been faster, the splitter or just by hand. Hard to tell sometimes if there was knots in the wood, so one hit didn't get all the pieces, so that was a pain having to hit it a few times and stand it up. And I don't want to. It's one thing, you can't complain about free wood because it's free, but when you pay for wood, because I like to sell quality wood, I expect others to sell quality wood too. So, but I mean, like for example, when if you watch closely, when I was trying to stand the wood up on that round to split, they would fall over. The cuts were at an angle, so either the bar was messed up, or the chain was messed up, or I don't know who bucked up these rounds, but they were not straight cuts. And I asked for 16s, and I got a lot of shorties, like this wheelbarrow right here. So you see this right here, this blue one is just mostly all shorties, and they're all huge pieces. They'll be good for bonfire wood, but I don't know who was loading or whatever, but I didn't want cookies. There's not too much of them, but enough to have like at least one face cord probably of shorty pieces that I'll use for my bonfire racks. It's not a total loss, but to have the ones that are 16, having to split them down into manageable pieces for my bundles and the regular rack wood. So we got not straight cuts, and huge pieces. Like sometimes some of these pieces were only split once and then tossed in a pile. So they're just huge pieces. Now granted, I got maybe a lot of people like big pieces for the overnight wood, but we all know, or we should all know, that smaller pieces dry faster. They have more access to the elements to season, and you can jam a lot of small pieces in a wood stove or a fireplace. No problem. So and then with the wood, like I want to say, because they wanted to drop it off the day before, and I'm like, no, that won't work for me, because I don't accept wood during the evening, because I want to be able to see it. Well, when they backed in, I saw the top layer, and it looked fine. But even if it was, I don't know, what are you gonna do? You have them like go away? I mean, not to refuse wood, but like I looked at it, it looked fine. But I swear, like the top layer was almost stacked nice, and then below that were the cookies, and below that I see some pieces we got mold and more mold, see here, and more mold, and you kind of see the mold on the bark here, and then a few pieces have punky or rotted, or like the insect holes. And the quality wood sellers, they burn the crap and they sell the good stuff. But each person, each seller is different. They're not gonna always follow the same standards. It's not like there's like a union for firewood sellers that I know of, or like a club. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I complain too much, but yeah, I have a lot here to process still and prepare. But at least, so I'll just get it done, and then I'll have inventory. Hopefully, it will dry out where I have it in the wood yard, and then we'll just call it good. And then I'll keep track of my sales to make sure that whatever I have that I got into this money wise will turn out into a profit. So let's end this video. Kind of lengthy, but thank you for sticking with it. Hope that the fast forward didn't make you dizzy. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Be safe, keep cutting, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.